Hey guys, welcome back to Vince Custom. So today we're going to continue on with our work in progress series of taking the Sideshow Collectibles Deja Thoris premium format statue and convert it into a Mary Jane from Spider-Man Marvel Comics. Now, in the last video what we did is we pretty much chopped up the item, we worked her chest, we worked out the arms with cleaning up this arm over here, working this one out with a magnet, taking off the wristband on this arm here, cleaning up the ankle areas too from the stuff she had on there, sand down some of the bikini area she had here, reworked the chest, we added the head onto the item since it was removable, we reworked the neck there, so we're pretty much at the good starting phase there. In this video, what I want to do is I want to work on her jeans. Now, there's lots of ways of doing jeans. You could do it where, some people suggested Daisy Dukes. I really don't want to go that route. I like the idea where Mary Jane is always has the long jeans on in the comics, but she's barefoot. You could do jeans where they're rolled up to the ankles. You could do jeans where they're rolled up here to the calf muscle. But I want to give her long jeans. I kind of like that look more with the jeans coming low where you see the belly button and the white top up here that comes up to here, so we see her midsection, which is great because they did a really great job sculpting the midsection, so I want to keep that. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to take the body off the base and we're going to go over to the other desk, and what I'm going to do is with my blue pencil we're going to start marking out the jeans. Now I got a lot of reference art on my computer screen, which is really just going online looking for low-cut jeans from 90s, early 2000s, stuff like that. I'm going to try to kind of get a really good style going from that. And I'm going to just start marking this off and start planning it out. Now, I know jeans have a texture. I'm going to be able to do that texture with paint more than anything. But I think what I might do, though, is once I really work out the rips, because we're going to have rips here. We'll probably have some rips around up here on the thighs. We're not going to do, this is ripped, this is ripped, this is ripped here, this is ripped here. I want to kind of do, different sporadic stuff and just make them look like older jeans and really worn out. And then, what I'm thinking of doing is once I get the jeans lines set up and everything's looking good, I could kind of mask off anywhere where the skin is showing and then spray gray primer like you see here, but kind of while it's wet, dab it with a cloth, and I could kind of give it a texture with the primer. So if you were to ever strip it down though, just say down the line something went bad, you needed to strip the paint, you would actually strip that texture off the item. So that's kind of the only downside of doing that. You can put A's on her and then give it texture, but the problem is if I leave A's on her, I'm going to lose a lot of this stuff. And I want to try to keep some of this muscle here, but we'll be adding wrinkles and we'll kind of do some stuff. So it should come together pretty well. I think the jeans are going to be the most amount of work. The t-shirt should be fairly easy. I already pretty much have an idea how to do that. And then the hair. I think once we get through those elements there, the jeans and the hair, the rest of it is just pretty much painting up and just changing up some elements. And then while I'm working on this, and then while I work on this and up here, I'll be thinking about this right hand down the line. There's a lot of suggestions in the comments. I try to read all the comments from people suggesting to put a couple different things in a hand. One suggestion was a Spider-Man mask. Another suggestion was actually a phone, which I kind of like that idea, putting her cell phone there like she's kind of waiting for that call, which might be the route I go. We'll have to see. But then there's a lot of other options too. So I have to kind of think about it a little bit more, but we'll kind of get to that down the line. And then while I'm thinking about all this stuff, here, I'll be thinking about the base a little bit more on how I'm going to go about that and just kind of keep going. So that's kind of how I progress when I work on my customs. Is while I'm working on one item and it's sitting on my shelf and I'm working on other projects, I always have these things in the back of my mind. So one night, I could be watching a movie or I could be out with family and all of a sudden something kicks in my mind exactly what I want to do, and then I kind of know what to do when I'm ready to start working on that item. So it's going to be a lot of paint work on this item, especially once we get to the base and we try to paint all these pillows up in the Spider-Man different colors of villains and stuff, but I think all in all should look really, really cool. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. So let's get over on the desk. We'll start drawing out the jeans. I'll start kind of getting exactly where I want to put all the lines, and then from there we'll just start rolling out some A's and we'll start working on all the line work. Okay, so this is a mechanical pencil with blue lead. This is the same type of blue lead that comic book artists use to draw. The reason why I use the blue lead and I picked this up is because when you use regular lead on all this statue stuff, even with the gray primer in here, the lead dust gets everywhere. It gets on your hands, it gets in there. Then when you mix it with primer, it gets in. It's kind of gets very messy with the blue pencil, it's very clean. You know, it kind of doesn't really rub off too much on your hands. And if you really wanted to erase it, you could just use some sandpaper and you can just kind of rub it off with that, and it's nice and clean. So that's why I like to use this. So what we're going to do is we'll start underneath here. So the belly button, usually stuff comes to about right about here under the belly button. So we'll kind of just start marking our area where the jeans are going to go. Like I said, I want the low cut jeans, but I don't want super low cut. Not really a fan when it goes like crazy low. And I'm not a fan when it goes super high either. So we'll just kind of think that's good. Good position for it. And it's going right over the areas with where the connection was. And usually I would fill in the backs if it was like, you know, a superhero with the outfit. But since, you know, we're gonna, you know, this stays like that. And some of this area is not going to be seen, so we have to kind of work with the base a bit too. So now when you look at jeans, we'll start from here on this side. And usually you have that piece that kind of goes right down here. Sort of. I'll look at my own jeans too. So yeah, so it kind of goes like that in a sense, right? There. And then usually you have a piece that comes like this type thing. All depends on how far you want to go with it. And then you have like the line that goes there, type like that. And we have the belly button piece here. Now jeans have this part going across. Now what I'm thinking of doing is alright, hold on, we're just gonna keep marking it. Just gonna kind of keep marking it. So what I'll do is we're gonna stop now. We'll do it fast, you know, because it's just a matter of drawing it. I might be erasing some stuff here and there, but I want to try to get at least all the line work and visualize what I want to do and stuff. So I went ahead and I pretty much drew up a bunch of lines. We're going to show some cleavage or where the Spider-Man symbol is going to go. So the shirt, at least I have an idea where that's going. We're going to see this midsection here. So here's the jeans and everything. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to kind of create the whole, you know, where everything's going to go. It gives me just a better idea of how it's going to look. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to focus on this top section here. I'm going to work on the piece going around. I'm going to work on the, you know, the pockets a little bit because there's going to be wrinkles here. I want to work on this piece here with this belly button. These little straps that would hold your belt I'll do later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of keep building it up. But I can't do this all in one section. This is going to take a few hours to do this while the edge is kind of starting to toughen. I can get in there and start working some stuff. And then I'm going to have to layer stuff on. So it's going to be kind of tricky. So I'm going to work on up here as much as I can first. I'll try to save it into a point to over here where then I can do the stuff going down here with some wrinkles. Because I want to add like wrinkles in certain areas. But I don't want to overbuild it up either. So we'll go with that. Now over here on the knees, what I'm going to do is we're going to create a ripped knees. But I want to have the, you know, how you have that, not just one big hole opening and you just see the knee. I really want to create that, like, you know, look where, you know, the jeans are kind of splitting, but you still have that stuff there. And what I might do is over here, I might do the same thing in the other section here with some lines ripping across it. You know, just not just an opening and we're done. I just want to really try to make these kind of really cool ripped jeans. But yeah, so over here, what I might do is I might just kind of work out the piece here first and get it on the base, and then another day work on this stuff here with the pockets, because I want to focus mostly here first, then work on this, because what I want to do is I want to put her in and out of the base when I do the back so I can see what's hitting stuff and what's not. Because if I try to do this here and this here and I do it and I mess up and I hit this, it's all going to go to hell. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So I think what I'm going to do is get my A's rolled out. I'm going to mix some A's, some Fix-It Sculpt together, kind of get that little mixture going, roll it out nice and thin, and start layering it on and start kind of creating lines. And then what might happen is I might have to walk away for like an hour and let the A's kind of harden, and then I could get in there with my tool and start breaking it up and kind of texturizing it and going. When A's is super soft, it'll be a little bit harder to do. So what I might do, it's such a beautiful day out, I might kind of roll out some A's, work on this for like an hour, get my basic structure going with some wrinkles, because softer A's will be great for the wrinkles. And then as it toughens up, I can start kind of breaking it up a little bit more and try to detail it once it's hardened after I come back from a walk. So I'm just kind of planning things out. Now the other thing too is I want to do this section first, get this going, and then another day I can work out this section here. Another day I can work out this section with the rips. I can work out this one. So it's going to be in sections, because you don't want to try and handle something like this when you're putting her in and out of the base to pick her up, because certain stuff here might be seeing it, but other pieces might not when it hits the pillows. So it's kind of, I work in sections. I like to A's. It takes A's takes a few hours to cure, so it's kind of good to do like this one day, this another day, this another day, but also try to do it where you're uniform. Like if I did this today and I only worked on this side with the pocket and I came back the other day, I might not be in that same frame of mind, and I might not be getting that flow I'm going, and it might look different. So I want to try to get this done today. So let's get some A's mixed up. We'll start working on this, see how this comes out today, and then we'll just keep plugging away for the rest of the video on all this. Alright, so I got a basic start going. I'm going to kind of toy with it a little bit more, but I need this to harden up. Right now it's a little bit too soft what I need to do. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to go take a nice walk. I'll come back and I'll be able to like work this out a little bit more. The reason why it's too soft is kind of when I want to start working out some of these edges and I want to kind of create that stitching and stuff in certain areas. It's not working because it's too soft and I'm just kind of smushing it around. So at least I'm getting the wrinkles done and I got this stuff done. It looks a little bit weird right now, but once I add these pocket areas in here and I kind of create a little bit of wrinkles in here and stuff, this will come together pretty well. So I wanted to make sure it looked like it was nice and tight and everything in here. So that's kind of where we're at right now. But like I said, I'm going to go in a little bit closer now off camera just to kind of touch it up, go for a walk, come back, and hopefully it'll be stiffened up a little bit where I can actually mess with it. And since I got some extra Aves over to the side too, what I'll use it on my side project real quick, kind of get that off too as well. And then hopefully I'll be able to kind of do it. Now, I'm not really worried too about this being super perfect because I wanted to make it look like jeans where it's not perfect. I don't want to try to make this all completely uniform and it's all, I kind of like it older, a little bit ripped up, and we'll kind of play with it. So let me get that cleaned up, go for enjoy a nice walk, and then come back and start detailing it up a little bit more. Alright, so we got the first part done. I really like the way this is working. Got the wrinkles between the legs looking good. So we'll let this cure up. Then I can start adding the straps around there. We can add the pockets in there with a little bit of wrinkling. Then we can start working out the lines and stuff like that. So I did put her in the base, and shockingly enough, none of this actually squeezed down. Because she does, like I said, she kind of doesn't fit in the base exactly where she's supposed to. But once I get the t-shirt on and I start doing this stuff around here, it'll probably to work. But I'm really happy with the way it's looking right now. Definitely got like that jeans look. And basically we'll just kind of keep doing it in sections. Okay, so the jeans are pretty much finished up. There's some stuff in there I have to go with some primer and get in there and tweak some stuff. I need a day of just kind of getting in the garage, priming it up, and getting my magnifying glasses on, the headgear on, and actually getting in there and cleaning some stuff up. Just some scratches and some other areas here and there. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. It's very tight looking jeans right now, and it's very smooth, but when we get to paint, and I start doing all the texturizing with paint, and I speckle, and I do all that stuff, it'll come together, and it'll look more like jeans. Because right now, it just looks like, very tight, flat jeans. But as long as, we have the rips and stuff, and we have the seams and everything there, we can bring that to the next level with paint. You could do it with primer right now. Like, you can spray primer. I could grab silly putty and I could put silly putty around the skin and I can spray wet primer and then I can dab it with like a sponge or a paper towel or any kind of towel or fabric, and I can create a texture if I really wanted to. But we're gonna do that with the paint. It'll come together sort of like what I did with my last Mary Jane a while back, sort of like the same thing. But I'm pretty happy with where the rips are. I'm pretty happy with all the wrinkles and the design. And it'll come together once we get the paint on. So I'm not really worried about that too much. But, you know, we got all these details going around the knees. It's going to look like nice worn jeans. You know, stuff like that. So what I might have to do, though, is, like, this is kind of cut in here pretty much. I might do a little bit of filling in this area when I get some extra A's so it's not as tight in there to make it look like it's, you know, not fabric on her. So this I might have to just fill this in a little bit. I'm only just noticing it now that I got her in the airbrush booth and I see the way the light's hitting it. So I might have to just kind of fill that in a little bit. Just a little bit in here, and I think that'll come together nicely. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks all around in here. We're looking pretty good. You know, like whenever I was working on her, I was always making sure, you know, it fits into the base. I didn't over sculpt it because, you know, something like this, you don't want to sculpt something crazy over here and then never put her into the base. And then when you try to put her in the base, it's kind of like, you know, not sitting up correctly. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So I'm going to get into the garage hopefully this week if I can. I want to get in there and just kind of clean it up a bit more. Get my headgear on with the magnifying glasses and make sure I'm not missing any heavy-duty scratches or anything. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to set aside, we're going to start on part 3 of the video, and we'll start working on her shirt. Try to get the shirt going and all that stuff. And then if things are working out and it's going well, maybe we'll do the hair too at the same time. And then from there, you know, I'll have to get the arms, you know, set up with magnets and everything, get all that organized. We got to plan out her right hand too. So we'll see how things go with the next video. It might just be the shirt video and then afterwards a hair video. But we'll see how things go. I got so much stuff going on right now that it's kind of hard to set aside some free time for this. But we're slowly getting there. It's going to take a little bit longer than expected, but I'm pretty happy with the way it looks so far. So yeah, that is the jeans for now. And just hang in there till we get the next video up, and we'll keep plugging away this year.